And in an effort to make the team better, they used the 5th overall pick on receiver Jamar Chase, reuniting him with Joe Burrow. Here's Taylor talking about the rookie wideout.
Jamar's been impressive. He picks it up really quickly. I know there's probably some new terms that are crossover from some old terms he's had that, like any young receiver, it takes a couple days to get adjusted to. But, man, he gets lined up quick. He knows what to do. He's got great hands. He's everything we'd hoped he could be here through just the first couple of practices. But really excited to see when we can actually strap on the pads in training camp and see what his game looks like then.
And even more interested to see what happens when it's go time, week 1. I think it's the Vikings coming to town right out of the gates, if I recall correctly.
It is. It's the Zimmer Bowl.
Or is it the Raiders? Did we have fun with that?
No, I think it was I felt like it was the Zimmer Bowl to start the year out.
It is. Yeah, I know it's not the Raiders, but we were messing with Pete one day with something along the lines of the Bengals schedule or something like that. I can't remember. Pete now remembers. Pete is lamenting it over and over again into my IFB. He remembers, even though I don't. I've ruined Pete's morning. Yeah, it was inevitable, Pete.
Good.
And anyway, hey, look, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, we know what they did at LSU 2 years ago. Yeah, if Joe Burrow has time to throw, this could get very interesting when you consider the other weapons that they have in Cincinnati. And this is a team that quietly could become a factor.
No, I agreed. I mean, they could be dangerous, especially on that offensive side of the ball. You would sit there and think, just looking at their roster and go, they have the potential to be a real pain in the butt and put some points on the board and some yards on the board and all that. Chase is a baller. I don't think there's going to be any adjustment for this guy in the NFL. I really don't. He was in a very similar offense in LSU with that West Coast offense. That's what Zac Taylor runs there. So that's why he can get lined up quick. He was in a pro offense, so it's not going to be a huge adjustment for him there. And he was the best receiver in college football 2 years ago. And, again, he's young. He's only gotten faster and stronger since then. So I just can't imagine him not blowing us out of the water. I really expect that from the player. I think he's that special. And you said it. When you talk about Higgins and Boyd and Joe Mixon coming out of the backfield, that's a pretty damn impressive group. They got to protect the offensive line. And then what Joe Burrow said the other day, they got to be more explosive. It can't be 45 throws and Big Ben Roethlisberger 4-yard throws at a time. They got to take some pressure off of Joe Mixon to make a defense back up so he can run the ball, and it's just going to help their team overall. It's the only weakness of Joe Burrow's game. His game is almost perfect, but I think you've heard me say before, throwing the ball down the field and some of the power throws are maybe, if you could pick a little negative of him, it would be that. And he got better as the year went on last year. But then, of course, he got hurt, and we didn't get to see it through. But I think that's what he was talking about a little bit yesterday or the day before when he made that comment.
And you know what's amazing about the Bengals right now? There has been no mention, no conversation, no concern whatsoever. What are they going to do without A.J. Green?
I know. You're right. Nothing.
And I thought of that because there were a lot of targets thrown his way last year by Joe Burrow.
They could not connect.
But for whatever reason, the connection wasn't there, and now Chase steps into that role that Green had.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.